Hey y'all, it's Jonah. This is my buddy Max. I've been cutting him for a little over a year now. And today we're doing like a mid taper with like a short, textured, messy top. When starting his haircut, usually with him, I like to start in the back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna comb down all this hair just to be sure it's all, you know, flowing in the same direction, just to make the taper a little easier for me. His hair is pretty soft, so it's not that difficult to blend his hair. But you never know with whatever clients are coming in the shop. You can't prejudge their haircut, so you always want to go into it, you know, with the same efficiency. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my Tomb45 trimmer. I'm just going to go up about like a finger length and a half. Just set my ball guideline in. Then we're going to go ahead with our clipper lever all the way open, and we're going to come and create our first initial guideline here. Then I'm going to take my clipper all the way closed and just tap out this guideline right here. And if you see parts of it that are a little uneven when you're coming in here tapping that bottom line out, don't worry. It's all going to be blended out anyways. Just as long as you're not cutting them way up here, you're good. So after that bottom line is tapped out, I'm going to go ahead and open up my clipper 2 notches right to the middle. And I'm going to come and work one of my corners and just try to tap this line out right here. Don't be afraid to go a little higher than you think you have to go. You don't want to stop right at that line. It's just going to create another line. Just really try to dig that corner and get some good detail work on that blend. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 3 guard and I'm just going to come in and try to debulk this area as much as I can. And for his particular haircut, he doesn't want me to go too high on here because he likes to have a lot of texture back here. So I'm just going to, you know, keep that in mind when I'm trying to come in here and debulk. I don't want to bring his taper all the way up the back of his head. So now we're going to go in with our 1.5 all the way closed. I like to come up maybe about halfway to where I went with the 3. And then as you'll see, there's a little bit of weight right there. So what I like to do is open up my 1.5 all the way and just kind of lift off the head. Just try to tap that weight out right there. So next I'm going to come in with my half guard. I'm going to keep it closed and just tap this bottom line right here. Now I'm going to keep the half guard on my clipper and I'm just going to open that lever up all the way. Again, I'm trying to use more of just the corner of the clipper rather than the whole blade, because if you come in here and use the whole blade and you end up going a little too high, that taper's done for and you got to bring that thing way higher than it needs to be. All right, now some people's heads, when you go in with that half guard all the way opened, it might not take out that bottom line all the way. So what you really want to do is just work with the lever. I had it all the way open. I'm just going to go down notch by notch and just see whenever that line comes out. We can stop from there. Just keep on using that corner and just tapping that line. Don't really hear it cutting anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go another notch lower. It's about halfway now. And now I can start to see that line kind of coming out. Especially in the middle, because some people have a little dip in the back of their neck right there. So you want to make sure you're always trying to work with the clipper and just try to get that line out as best as you can for your client. All right, so now that we have this weight line right here that we created earlier with the 3, and he definitely wants to keep this length back here like he said, we're just going to come in with our thinning shears. Just going to come in and try to soften that weight as much as you can without digging too deep into the head. Because even with the thinning shears, if you come up too high or go in too deep, you're going to create a divot in someone's head or give them just a completely flat haircut in the back. And you want to try to avoid that the best you can. All right, also just like the back of his hair. All right, also if you look at his hair on the side, just like we did in the back, we're just going to take our comb everything down to the same direction, just so you have an even space to work with and you can really see what's going on with your client's hair. Last thing you want to do is have the hair all pushed up here and then do a taper and comb it back down and nothing's blended. So coming in with my trimmers one more time. For him, he likes more of like a low to mid taper. So it's not like a true low, not like a true mid. So what I do is I like to take my trimmers at this crease in his ear right here and just come all the way across. Make sure you clear all that out. And you're gonna come in just like the back with your clipper lever all the way open. I like to come to about the top of the ear, or just about. Be sure you're always brushing when you're fading. A big mistake that a lot of barbers don't do is they get caught up in cutting real fast and they don't clean their work area, and they end up having to go back into the cut afterwards and fix everything when you could just avoid it by cleaning your client's head. So I'm gonna close my lever all the way, just like we did with the back, and tap out that bottom. His hair on the side's a little lighter here than it is in the back, so you're not gonna have to put too much work in. Like, I already have my lever halfway open, and this should just take out any of those hard lines there. All right, we're gonna pop on our 3 guard right here. So continue to brush, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna debulk this top area just like we did with the back. And for the sides, you notice that I went a little bit faster in the back. I go a little bit faster back there just because it is a bigger area to work with. I don't have to be, as careful of going too high into the top of his head. So I just like to take my time, especially with these sides right here, just to be sure I'm not going too high. All right, so we're gonna go in with our 1/2 guard all the way closed, just like we did on the back. And when you're fading, I feel like, especially when you're fading in this area, making sure you're kind of going through that line and scooping your clipper out, just because you don't want to really have a harsh stop. I know some barbers say it doesn't make a difference. I definitely feel like it does. You never know what kind of hair you're going into. So always kind of having that scoop out method, just when you get to where you want it to blend out. It's just like a nice little safety net for you. So we're gonna go in with our 1/2 guard one more time, all the way closed, just to tap that bottom line out right there. Gonna just open that 1/2 guard up all the way, just like we did in the back, and try to tap that line out one more time. He has a little bit of a line right there every time. So what I usually do for him, I'm just gonna open my clipper lever all the way and just kind of corner that thing. That's one thing that I wish I was taught when I was a newer barber, was all this little detailing work. Sometimes when you come out of barber school, you feel like you know how to cut, and then you come into the shop and you do a cut and it looks horrible. It's because you're not doing all that detailing. Detailing is probably the most important thing when it comes to a haircut, because you could have a nice blend with your guards, but if that bottom part is not blended out of the fade, it's very noticeable. Not only to other barbers, but especially to clients. And that could make the difference of whether they come back or not. See this little bit of weight right here? We're just gonna take our thinning shears and attack that the same way we did the back. Not to go too high with it, because you don't wanna cut into what you're gonna leave on the top. I've definitely made that mistake. When I first started in the shop, I would take these tapers and I wouldn't really think about how high I was going. And I would bring taper way up here and they'd have almost like a faux hawk type of cut afterwards, which is totally not what they wanted. All right, so now we're gonna focus on this bit of weight back here. Kind of scoop out just to create a nice little connection between the back taper and the front taper. And when I say barely touching his head, I mean literally barely touching his head. If you notice that it might be cutting a little too much hair, you can open that lever all the way up just to give you a little more wiggle room. All right, just like I said, the other side, we're gonna start at the same point. We're just gonna work our way up from there. Super easy. Just a little piece of advice for newer barbers. I struggled with this, and I know that a lot of people say they don't, but they really do. When you get into a barber shop, just listen to the other barbers in the shop. They're there to help you. You don't know everything coming out of school. I thought I did, and I learned, and I got a lot better, a lot faster, just by listening to the veterans that I surrounded myself with in the shop. So always be open, always be looking at your other barbers. Walk over to the other station and say, hey, can I watch you for a little bit? It's probably gonna be your biggest benefit that you'll have in the barbershop, is to just sit there and oversee everything. My cutting style changed completely from when I started cutting hair. I've watched and I adapted, and I have I would say a pretty good mix of some different cutting styles that I've seen in the barbershop that I work at. There's never a point in this industry where you're gonna stop learning, so don't think just because you graduated, you're done. Another thing I like to do in this area that I actually didn't do on the other side is, no matter how tight the client's skin is in this area, I always like to pull it down a little bit, especially when I'm trying to tap this bottom line out. Just stretching that skin and giving you more surface area to work with definitely helps a lot. Just like before, we're gonna open that lever all the way, just come in and tap that thing with the corner. Gonna come in here with my thinning shears, just tap that weight out at the top. And just like the other side, gonna take that 3 guard and barely touch the head just to create that connection. Just gonna open it up. So I'm just gonna take my water and I'm gonna completely saturate all of the hair on his head. Max, I'm sorry if I'm drowning you right now. So I'm gonna come in with my comb, and again, sorry for drowning you. I'm just gonna comb all this hair forward. Water's gonna get in his face, but he's good. He's been dealing with me since high school, so we're good. Take about 1/4 of an inch off.
And you never done a tutorial before?
That guideline right there. So it's shorter and you have your longer length there. So all you're doing is you're gonna have some good tension on the hair and just follow that guideline all the way down the sides. Once we've come to the front, I like to pull that section a little more forward. I like to over direct it this way, just to give that front a little more length in the back, so when we do texture it up, it sits a little better. Then once you're done cutting that right side, or your left side, comb it all forward, and just like we did on the right side, we're gonna do it on the left. Alrighty, so now that we're done with the top and the back, you notice I didn't do it before. I like to wait till we're done, but I'm gonna do this lineup right now. So what I'm gonna do is just brush all the hair straight down along the sides of his head. Just gonna cut those just to be sure his haircut is extra sharp. I like doing the back of the lineups first, just because when I'm coming in around the ear, it gives me a point to meet at. I'm not trying to guess where I'm gonna put the lineup in the back. And then as for some extra measures, I'm gonna come in and just kind of grab that with the corner again, going this way. Sometimes I like to add my other hand just at the bottom just for some extra support there. No, it might look goofy, but the haircut's not gonna come out looking goofy. And that's your biggest concern as a barber. And just kind of tap it. Now you don't have to worry about going too low on his head, just because this hair is pretty much bald as it is. Just like I said on the other side, just got to be careful of his lighter spot because he has it over here as well. Alrighty, now I'm going on to the styling part of this haircut. I'm gonna go in with the Tomb45 sea salt spray. Best sea salt spray in the game. Just gonna go ahead and saturate his head. I just kind of like to rub the sea salt spray into his hair just so it gets all the way down to the root, just so that all that hair gets the full effects of what the product has to offer. All right, so now that I got the sea salt spray in his hair, I'm just gonna come in with my diffuser. I'm not gonna go on the highest setting. I don't wanna burn him, so I'm gonna keep it kind of mild for him. And all I'm gonna do with the diffuser is I'm gonna come and actually touch his hair and kind of move the diffuser around in a circular motion all the way around his head. Alrighty, so now we're gonna move into the actual product for the styling. I got my Tomb45 destructible clay. What you're gonna do is just gonna take about a nickel-sized amount, and you're gonna completely emulsify it in your hands. What I like to do is I like to wait until it becomes kind of almost clear. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and just scrunch all his hair up with the clay. I'm gonna scrunch it, I'm gonna rub the product in there. And then if there's any areas that you see that you don't wanna really dig your fingers in because the hair might be too short, just use any styling comb and kind of come in there. You can create a little bit more texture with that styling comb. All right, dude, check it out. Look good? All right, bro, appreciate you, man.
All right, man.
I'll see you next time, dude.
Sounds good.